All right, so first problem we're going to talk about, we're going to do a little review here for your benchmark, your practice benchmark, excuse me. But this is going to be a big part of your grade. This is the last major part of your grade. The benchmark will affect your grade, but it'll be more of a effort grade that'll bump your grade up. But if you show no effort, you don't turn in any work that you've done, your grade could go down. Now, Mr. M wants to join a golf club, which is true. That has a $400 signing fee. He can't afford it, but $400 joining fee. All right, and a $45 per month. I need you guys, those people that are still kind of wondering what's going on here with these types of questions. Whenever you see something say like every month, every minute, that is your slope. That's your slope, guys. So 45, I'm going to put M. That's the slope, 45M. What's the y-intercept? What's the starting point? They want $400. $400 to start, just a flat fee, joining fee, then $45 per month membership charge. Mr. Levere joins a club that has no joining fee, but charges $65 per month. Okay? Then no joining fee. This is what I want you guys to do. You're going to have a question just like this. Put +0 just to help you. No joining fee. Now what are you supposed to do? Now that you have these two pieces of information, you have to figure out what the M is. How many months? So let's go ahead and set this equation up. We're going to set these equal to each other. Equals. And I still want you to put the 0 there. All right, then let's go ahead and solve it. I'm going to go letters to the left first. That cancels out. 45 and -65. Please use your calculator if you ever get lost on this kind of arithmetic. This is actually going to be -20. Okay, negative, because the 65 is larger, -20, and then this comes down to be 0. All right, next step, you're going to subtract 400 to that 0. Obviously, that's just going to stay the same. -400. All right, I'm going to bring this over here. -20m equals -400. When you divide two negatives, it becomes a positive. 20 into 400 is 20 times. So after 20 months, we'll have the same amount, same charge. Then after 20 months, so almost 2 years would go by, then Mr. Levere's club is going to be more expensive because we'll be at the same amount after 20 months, but then his is 65 per month and mine's 45. Okay. Cool. Let's do the next one. All right, go ahead and try to solve this equation, then I'll solve it with you in a second. All right, the most important part of this equation here is what's going on. We're going to have to deal with the idea that we have to distribute. But what are we distributing? I'm going to erase everything else. Look at that. Look at what I included. That negative. The negative has to be part of this distribution. So that's -3x. Don't get this whole problem wrong because you're lazy and you forgot, oh, I have to mess with that negative. That's not +3. That's -3, okay? 8x plus 12 equals 3x plus 19. Then you're going to keep with your steps. Are you going to find like terms? Are there like terms on this side? Yes. And then guess what? There's two sets of like terms on that side. So 8x minus 3x is 5x. -3 and +12. Again, use your calculator if you struggle with these kind of problems. You're going to subtract those because that's negative. All right, then letters to the left. Constants to the right. All right, I have 2x equals 10. We know x is going to equal 5. How many solutions is this? One solution. All right, this is one solution because these variables are not the same. All right, let's go ahead and solve this last one. I'm going to be very careful the way I show my work on this one because when you do this problem, there's a couple I'll show you in a second. I'll show you what the test looks like in just a second. All right, we're going to do that first. 4x plus 4 minus 2 equals 2x plus 3 plus 2x. Okay, that's the first step. All right, then you would keep going. You would now have this be 4x plus 2 because of those like terms, right? And then here, you would have these two like terms, and it would be 4x plus 3, okay? Then what it would look like would be like minus 4x, right? And those would kind of cancel out, and this is what they would show. 2 equals 3. So let me just slow down real quick. When you're doing this, and you look at this equation right here, we've done how many lookats on this? Number of solutions. You see same variable. I see the same variable, but I see different constants. This is no solution. This is no solution. When you have the same variables, but not the same constants, the same numbers, that's no solution. So as you keep going, the way I taught you, it would be 0x, and then you would subtract this over. You would get 0x equals 1, right? If you got 0x equals 1, there's nothing wrong with that. But the way the book likes to do it this way, they like to eliminate your variables and then ask you, does 2 equal 3? And you would say no, no solution. What I'm going to ask you guys, when you see the benchmark and when you see this quiz today, just solve the top equation. And I'll show you a couple right now. Just solve the top equation. Just solve it and get an answer first before they explain everything that that's going to look like. So let me just show you real quick. This is your benchmark today, or your practice benchmark. I wonder why. Okay, cool. So as I go through it, you have an equation here, system. You can solve. You're going to plug that in. No problem. You're going to plug this in. Then you have a similar question like the golf problem we just did. Similar question that we just did in the warm-up. So I'm trying to get you guys started on a good foot here. All right. Don't worry about this problem here. You can do this. Remember, the first sentence, second sentence, create a system. You're creating your variables. Make sure you understand your variables here. All right. Again, plug in decimals. Use your calculator. All right. Use your calculator here. Make sure you're careful with certain words. All right. Okay, this one, don't forget, I gave you a little clue. We just did one similar to that. Now, this is what I'm talking about. When you see work all written out, you just got to take your time. What I would like you to do is just solve this equation first and then see what you get and then pick an answer from here, okay? Keep going, easy peasy. All right, this one that tells you the equations, it tells you the equations so you can try to solve it. And this is another one similar to that, okay? So do the best you can. When you see this again, just solve that top equation. It's out of 12 problems, all right? Do the best you can, and good luck. Use the back side of this sheet that you have here. Use the back side to show all your work, and then give it to Miss Alonzo when you're done. All right, guys, best of luck.